Hello and welcome to Bad Wolf Girl Sits Knits episode 167. My name is Meg and I will be your host. I'm back after a few month hiatus. Had my baby. Alistair is great. He is kind of playing in the other room right now, and I figured I would take a minute to just try and like slide in here and get a little bit of videoing done. So without any further ado, I'm going to jump right into finished objects, because right before he was born and I took this to the hospital was my flow shawl. Now this is the first one that I did. There we go. I have several on the needles. It's the first one that I did, and I knit it out of the Christmas colorway from Explorer Fibers, and I want to say it was like something like mistletoe or something like that. I will try to look it up and put it down below. It is all linked on the project page that I made for it, and actually I think it's called Under the Mistletoe. It's listed in the pattern, which is available today, April 1st. And I have it on sale, so there's no coupon code needed. You just go and get it and add it to cart, and it will subtract the 15% off for you. And it's 2 patterns in one. This is the shawl, and you can make it as big as you want, because that is the point of the flow. You can just go with the flow, add in what you want, knit it to the gauge you want, knit it with the yarn you want, and you just follow basically the bones of the pattern and make it kind of your own. So I'm obsessed and I absolutely love this. Now this one is knit to full size, and it squishes up really, really nice. It was a little bit thinner when I blocked it, but it didn't stay skinny. It puffed back up because I left it on the dryer, and I'm obsessed. It's so squishy. I love it so much. So I took this to the hospital with me, and I wrapped myself and my baby boy up in it almost immediately that next day. So it was just really nice. It was a really nice memory to have associated with this shawl. And again, like I said, the shawl, do I not have the cowl? I don't have the cowl version on me here. I think it's over here in the closet, and I will go get that in a minute. Continuing through, I have a lot to show you. But yeah, so this was the first version. The second version is not done yet because I haven't had a whole lot of hands-free time. And the time that I did have is spent on smaller projects, because these rows are kind of long on this one. So I made 2 of the cowl. So I will take the shawl off. Oh, I'm absolutely obsessed. It's just, oh, it's so good. It's so good. I hope you guys love it. Look at that drape. Woo. Ah, I love it. Okay, so shawl, cowl. Now the cowl, shorter, I-cord, bind off, sewn together in the back. And for that one, you just slip it over your head and you're done. No styling, which a lot of people love. It still goes down to just kind of at my bra line, I guess, kind of like rib cage area. Now you can keep going. I stopped it here because this is where I ran out of yarn. I had 2 skeins of Happy Little Tree of Chill Audine Woods KnitCrate, and I just stopped here because this is how far I could get in 2 skeins held together, held double, so it's 1 skein. And I just kind of wanted to show you what it was capable of, if that makes sense. But yeah, so I knit it through. This is good. I like the KnitCrate yarn. It is slightly scratchier than I thought it would be. So when I'm all bundled up, I don't notice it that much, but right when I put it on, I'm very aware of the fiber, which I was hoping would not be the case. It felt very soft in my hands, but my neck is a lot more sensitive apparently. So there's this one, and I knit one almost identical, slightly greener in the zombie, the undead colorway. So exact same thing, turned a little bit green. And I've already gifted that to my friend. So these were these two. And then let me see if I can get the last one. Okay, not the very last one. There's one more after this, but this was one of my favorites. I held 2 fingering weight with 1 mohair, which again was not as soft as I thought it would be. Apparently I have a princess neck and I didn't know it. But I'm obsessed. This fade was by Dragonhorde Yarn. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. I did not block this yet. No, I didn't block it yet, but I'm kind of hopeful that everything will soften a little bit more. And again, it goes to kind of right in between my ribs, like right where you would do compressions. But yeah, so I am so happy. This is the cowl. And again, there's just so many ways that you can do it. So decided that the baby needed one. I wanted to see how small you can make a cowl. So here's the baby's cowl. It's just little, I put it on Gypsy a little while ago, and I have a photo on my Instagram if you saw it, but I think she looks just so cute. So little baby one, just a little meow. Oh my gosh, and I'm just having so much fun. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's Gypsy. Hey, Cookie. Hi. Hi. Don't take anything. This is like my 5th or 6th one that I started one. I'm not gonna show it to you because I'm gonna rip it out. I don't like how the yarn's playing together, but all these guys, all those, obsessed. I'll leave them right there, obsessed. And then the one not pictured. So I've just been having an absolute ball doing them up. I'll do a little bit of like what I ordered. I ordered an advent calendar after the fact. Let's see, do I have a tag on this? It's the Fiber Fox advent calendar, and it's really, really pretty. It's got like a palette of blues, kind of an earth tone, and then pinks. And my hope is to do a double held with the next one method of blending all of those together and doing a huge cowl. And I'm very excited about it. I might hold it with one more color, like white or cream or gray, or I might just let it be. Shall see. But yeah, so I ordered that to make another one of those because I'm really, really, really obsessed. I've been doing a little bit of sock knitting. I do have it. I cast on one for the hospital just to have it, but I did not do much knitting. Labor was not fun, so I was not calm enough to knit. But I have my Halloween socks finished. I don't have my blockers, they're downstairs, and you know what? I cannot right now, but I'm absolutely obsessed. This yarn was so fun. It's Which Better Have My Candy, and my Halloween socks for 2021 are done. I'm very excited. 2022. They were Halloween 2021. There we go. I was like, where did I get that? And I just paired it with, I think it's Velvet Grapes from Malabrigo sock. And it's just this fantastically purple. Really fun. So got heels and toes in that, and they are finished. I'm gonna have a pile of finished objects back here. I also finished another pair of socks for Alistair. These were Knit Picks. I forget the colorway name. Something about airplanes? Sharks? No, I think it's something about airplanes. Yep, and I paired it with some red from KnitPicks, not exactly the same color. And I actually kept noticing that on the white, there's some blue and red flecks, and I'm not sure if that's on purpose or not. I'm gonna go with I feel like it's on purpose. They're a little speckly. Like, is the white supposed to be speckly? I don't know. But, so I made this a 6 stripe with ribbing. I just did a little bit of ribbing at the top. I was really burning out on these tiny, tiny socks. I was tired of looking at them. But I finished this and it will go in his little sock drawer. So I got those 2 done. Okay, I have this sock ready for a heel, but I'm not done on that yet. So I think the next finished thing, using my new hoodie pullover pattern. It's the mini hoodie pullover. So it's just my kid sizes so far. That's not to say that I won't have an adult version. I just think that the adult version should probably have a bit more shaping, and I have not figured that out yet. So I'm still working on it. But I used the hoodie, which is backwards compatible with my other pattern. So if you already own like the unicorn or the dino roar and that's what you want to add a hood to, this works with this. So you can do a totally top down where you start the hood and you go all the way down the sweater, or an afterthought, which I prefer. So I cast on the sweater, knit the yoke, which is the fun part, get through the whole body, and then I go back and I knit up the hood and then do a little Kitchener off, and that's my favorite way. So you do have 2 options, however. Now this is, it's pretty much finished. It needs a wash or a block or a soak or something. And I also, my carrots here, I think need 1 more stitch. So I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate stitch in the stitch that I would have added, which I have since added to the adult version, Somebody Loves You. So the Somebody Loves You pullover will be released in adult versions first. The math is still being worked out in the children's sizes because this does not quite go with the small sizes that I already have. These numbers don't quite match. I'm trying to make up a secondary version that would work similarly to the adult sizes in the increases, but I'm working on getting it to lie flat as a yoke to have it be a nice circular increase. There's a lot that I'm still working on, but did these wee little sleeves. This is a 24-month hanger, a 24-month shirt, and you can see it fits. I don't know if you can hear Alistair, but he's just chatting. Yeah. And this is his, and it's got a little hood. Look at it. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. So if you just like the pattern itself, but you're not a big sweater person, the springtime cowl and hat with the rabbit and a chick and some eggs and some carrots are out already in my shop. So it's a springtime hat and cowl, and that includes these color work charts. This, like I said, is still being worked on, and I do have the adult version in testing. So hopefully May-ish, be able to get a good idea of how things are working out for the adult sizes, but oh my goodness. So I used, is it Tranquil from KnitPicks? It's KnitPicks, Brava worsted. The orange is some of my hand dyed. The green's KnitPicks. This is Mighty Stitch Fairy Tale. The purple's my hand dyed. This is Felici sock held double. So I split the ball of self-striping sock yarn, held pink with pink, started from the top and just let it stripe down. So I turned it into a DK self-striping, and they striped the little eggs for me. Look how cute that is. So that's a really easy way of not having as many ends as you might if you used 4 different colors. Obviously you could just use 4 different colors of yarn, but using the self-striping, I didn't have to. I didn't have to weave anything else in, just the beginning and the end, so that was nice. There is still a few ends, I think, in the back, maybe 1 or 2 that I still have to weave in. And the blue, actually, the blue is part of this, of the self-striping. So from pink to blue is all the self-striping. You can see, the back's a bit of a hot mess, but you can see if I can get this over here where it goes green to blue in here. So the first bit was green and then it changed to blue and the rest of it was blue. I thought that was fine. It was just a little bit of fun. My numbers were off in the middle back, so that's a little wonky, but again, that's why we knit samples, that's why we knit tests, because I learned that that didn't work. I did not have the right amount of numbers, but oh my goodness, adorable. I am in love with it, and of course I would make sure that the numbers worked on the back for the final. But I am really, really pleased. And for 24 months, I would say I'll have him in this by next spring, fall, spring time when it's still chilly, like January, I guess, because we're up and down in this weather and I cannot tell what's going on. But yeah, so I have that. I have the sock that I'm still working on. I have a mini sock for Alistair. So excited. So we're gonna have matching socks for Christmas. I have to cast on his second one. Still working on that. And then I am working on my heel. So I might take this in with me today and try to get that heel done. Charm by Simply Serving. The dipped ones are one of my favorites. So I have this that I'm working on. And then in my Doctor Who bag, I grabbed it when I was on my way to the hospital, when I thought that I might be in labor, and I was. Ta-da! So these are for Patrick. They are sugar plum something from Nomadic Yarns. And the toe is an older version of Knit Picks Felici. They no longer carry this bright purple. It makes me sad. I love this bright purple. And we are calling these, oh, I'm gonna forget his name. I'm so sorry, Patrick. Oh, darn it, nope. Mace Windu, there it is. Mace Windu socks with the tan, the purple lightsaber, the dark brown, his clothing. Yeah, the whole works. So Mace Windu socks, and I am using an older charm from Simply Serving. This is a waffle and coffee set. I love the waffles. So cute. So I started these January 1st, and I've just been putting them in the car and knitting on them whenever I get some time. I actually, the other day we were out and about, I forget where, and I got an entire repeat done. Got a whole like section, so it was great. So yeah, I got that done. Still no work on the Cozy Memories. I worked a couple of rows on these socks. I gotta do more on that. And I did get a lot more done. Let me pick this guy up. I don't think I got anything more done on the Inclination shawl, so I won't pull that out. But I did. I got more done on this guy. This guy was a thought when I talked to you last. So this is another one of my flow shawls. I have gone ahead and started it in one color and then striped in some navy, brown, and more navy. I've I've just been having a lot of trouble getting the time to knit, like I said. So these rows now are long. They do just, like, you can just sew now and work on it. But when I'm physically holding the baby, it's almost impossible to get this like worked around him. If he's in the bassinet next to me, or if he's in my mom's arms or Patrick's, then it's fine. But yeah, it's not been easy to do. But oh, it's so good every time. So I keep calling this like a blueberry crumble inspired because of the blue, the navy, the baby blue, almost like, I don't know, like the napkin or the edges, and then the brown for like the crust. I'm just, at first, all right, so at first this is glazed pecan, and I put it on there and I let it sit for at least 2 weeks with this 2 rows of glazed pecan on there, and I was like, I don't think I like it. And that's a problem because I don't know what else I'm gonna put in there, and I really love the 3 sitting next to each other, but once I started knitting it, it wasn't working. So I did about an inch. It was 8 rounds, and then I was like, okay, I'll add in the navy, which is this guy, Malabrigo, Paris Night maybe? Ink, it's ink. And once I put ink next to the brown, it worked so much better together. I don't know why it was not working previously. That's the fact. I don't know why it wasn't working previously. It just was like messing with me. So I'm really happy with this. I've got an idea. Do I have? Yes, I do. I have glazed pecan in here. I have an idea that I want to use this for another sweater. And I only have this one skein. So I'm like mildly tempted to nick this away from, or maybe I'll use it for the yoke portion of the sweater that I have in mind. And then I'll come back and use whatever I didn't use up in this. Or find something else for that is similar to this. I just don't have more of this. And what I want to pair it with, I bought myself a sweater quantity for Christmas of Va. It is my favorite colorway from Malabrigo Rios. It's this fantastic green. I think it's called VAA because it mixes like Viridian, which is a type of like blue-green, and an A and an A. It is 3 different colors, and I can't remember what the names of the other 2 A's are, but it's a blue and a yellow and a green, and they mix it together, and it makes this gorgeousness, and I'm just obsessed. So you can kind of see the differences in there since it's blowing out a little bit, but I love it, and I think it would, pair really, really nicely with this as color work. So it would go like so. Oh, I really like that. But again, this is all I've got. I could order more, but I really don't want to bring more yarn in the house if I don't have to, because I do have a lot, and that's about where I am. I do have another one that I could consider. I have some gold left over from Dragon Horde Yarn in a DK that might actually look quite nice. I don't know, it's just something about this like brownie toffee color that's calling to me right now. And I like it in this, but I might like it even more in that, and I could add another brown toffee into this mix if I had to. That would not work this way, but it would work that way. Do you know what I mean? So I also do not have a lot of, this is my second skein. I don't have a lot of this left. So I think I might get 3 rows, 4 rows left in this. So this is going to be a very strategic stripe. But these two I really think would play gorgeously together. Anyway, Bless you. I have that little bit left, and this is Dragonheart yarn, fabulous dyer. If you are not familiar with her, please go check her out. But yeah, so this is the other thing that I bulk worked on. If you can just see, it is very big. It is very gorgeous. It is pretty deep. It's pretty deep, but like once you start getting it up and squishing it around, I might want it bigger. And I love blocking it out because I want that space. I want that drape and everything. But yeah, so I have a giant cord right now. Again, I think you're gonna have a great time with this shawl. If you can't buy it right now, or you just, you'd like it, but you don't want it, if you could just share it or recommend it to a friend or share a picture to your stories or anything like that, that's also really, really helpful. And it would be very appreciated. So even if you aren't purchasing it, if you could just kind of spread the word, I'd be very grateful. All right, so that has to go back in my purse. Oh heavens, okay. And then these two, got like my little yarn cluster here. I did in fact buy some more Malarigo red, because this red is fantastic with Christmas colors. If you can see, just it sings with Christmas colors. So I bought 2 skeins of it because I'm obsessed. I use it for heels, toes, and cuffs all the time. It's called Ravelry Red, but there's other ones like Titian and such, but just that particular color does speak to me. So, other shawl. Now, my last, what I've been working on, doing pretty good here. My last, what I've been working on is working through some KnitCrate boxes. So, I got this fantastic one in from KnitCrate, and I want to get the month right. This is 3 to 4, so this is March. March was gorgeous. Now, if you're a pink person, theme Metropolis. I can feel that my timer is going out there. I can hear him. We got a fun little measuring tape, which I absolutely love. I can always use these. I have them in tons of little bags. Now, I've never seen this from KnitPicks, or KnitCrate. I have been doing KnitCrate for a little while now, and I've never gotten a Knitology worsted. But this is absolutely perfect for a flow cowl because it's already faded, it's worsted weight, you wouldn't have to hold it double, and it just looks so good. I'm trying to figure out what it's like, what it's made of, and you know what? I'm opening it because I've been keeping it in here for ages. Look at it. Look at it. Oh my gosh. The flow. It would be stunning. All right, so it's 100% superwash merino worsted weight. That's why it's soft. It's actually soft, like really soft. I would highly recommend this one. And if you love fades, I would check out what else they have in there. I'm obsessed. Oh, this is the sunset. Oh, it might be the pink hair. It might be the pink hair, but I'm obsessed with this. And then Knitology worsted is, I think, one of my favorite content-based ones that I've felt so far. I really loved Happy Little Tree in theory, and then I got it across my neck, and it's a little itchier than I wanted it to be. And so I am just thrilled with this. I think this pink absolutely hands down gonna be a cowl. But it's the Metropolis KnitCrate, and oh my word, I actually gasped when I opened that box. Then, going backwards, February, no, she drops it on the ground. Una minute, okay. So this is Cabin Retreat, absolutely gorgeous. absolutely gorgeous. And it is, oh. Now again, this one is Audine Woods flannel. It's Surrey alpaca, alpaca wool, and non-superwash merino wool, DK weight. Again, perfect gauge for a float cowl. However, I'm not sure my princess neck could do it. I might actually knit a little gauge swatch, leave it in the corner here, see if I feel it. But this color, I mean, it's blowing out a little bit, but this color is delicious. This is so my color. The baby is going. I am running out of time. There's one more. I'll see if I can fit it in. One more. Ah, I caught it this time. Okay, so this one was the Land and Sea. Magic between these great lichen and moss-coated trees. Oh, it was such a pretty one. Now, something from KnitCrate, which I don't know anything from KnitCrate. So this is gorgeous. Can someone tell me what it is? It's not a toy. It's knitting jewelry. So is it supposed to be, it's a sewing needle, right? I'm not supposed to use it as a pendant, am I? Torn. Don't know what to do with it, but it's pretty. And another new to me, so this is Vitalana Ascendance, which is Peruvian Highland wool, sport weight, 100%. And it is just squish and gorgeousness. The baby is going off. I'm gonna go get him. So, we're good. Yeah, basically these white skeins are so fluffy. I think that they would also make a really fun flow cowl or a cabled beanie. However, it's that Highland wool that kind of throws me off, and I'm not sure if it would be soft enough for the brim of a hat. Has anyone worked with Highland wool before? Did you find something that made it softer? And it has like a chainette sort of construction. So does that mean that it would be lighter? All fine questions that I have now. And that's everything that I have been working on. Mainly a lot of car knitting, a whole lot of this, whole lot of baby holding. So not as much knitting perhaps as I had hoped in general, but all good. It's been a whirlwind. For life stuff. It's been a whirlwind. We had a super not fun labor. And we got Nugget in here safely, but it was a lot. And pretty much nothing went to plan. Basically, nothing went to plan. But we're both okay. And that's the whole point, right? I've mainly been working on like little things like socks for him. No toys, but he has been enjoying faces a lot recently, either looking at ours or the faces on his toys. Which reminds me, I'm working right now on a collaboration with Warmies, and I have owned 2 Warmies the last 3 to 4 years, and then they reached out about, working with them. And so I was able to pick one out for Alistair, and it's a donkey, and he's obsessed with it. He loves feeling the face, and he loves snuggling it, and he's not eating my shoulder, and that's good. How are we doing on food? Well, it's about time. So he's just obsessed with it, and it's warm and it's cozy, and I got the ones from the My First Warmies collection. So good, it's so cute, less fuzzy, and I like that because it just holds less like spit from him, from like meh, and so I'm so excited. So you might see that commercial coming out soon, and that's just been an absolute pleasure to do. And I have a coupon code. It's Bad Wolf Girl Sits and Knits X, 15, say times 15, and get 15% off. I also have a link that takes you right to the website. So if you want to click any of those, they're going to be down below. These are great for baby gifts or birthday gifts if you're looking for something. No pressure, but everything's down there if you should like to check it out. And I would highly recommend it. Oh, took a big burp. Thank you. Thank you for the big burp. And this has just been great. These snuggles, these hugs have been everything. Everything recently, haven't they, bud? Been so good. His little bald spot back here from laying on his head. He actually is getting very, very mobile now in the crib. He'll do a lot of parkour overnight where he'll be flipping in other directions. It's so crazy because he doesn't move that much during the day, and then at night he's like everywhere. Hilarious. But I've just been having a very good time working on the patterns, working with him, working with Warmies, and yeah. So I have missed you guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. It's a just the facts ma'am sort of episode. But I hope you enjoyed it. I had a great time filming this for you. So I'm gonna go edit it now and get out where I had to walk away from the camera. Yeah. And it's been about 2 hours, so I'm gonna go check on a bottle for this little man and just hang out with him for a little bit more. Right, bud? Yeah. It's gonna eat his fist. That's also a new one that he can do. Yeah. He's gonna be 3 months on Saturday. I can't believe it. But yeah, so signing off, reminding you to take it 1 cup at a time, no matter how large that cup may be. And I will see you soon. Bye.